So what we're going to do, we're going to make this part from scratch here. Okay, so start a new file. Stop me if you have questions. So I'm going to start with an extrude front face. Now I might have done this a little out of order on the other one, but I'm going to go through my general thinking of this. So I start with a circle from the center. I always like my first sketch to be on that center point. Okay. I'm sorry, that's not what I did. Right face. Started a sketch. And this is what I did. I remember now. I made this 3 weeks ago, so I apologize. So I made that sketch. And I made a line which was not where I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I can go ahead and take this point, hold shift, take this line, make it the midpoint. Okay, and then I can make it horizontal. And that's what I wanted that line to initially do. So it didn't do exactly what I wanted, so I used constraints to make it do what I wanted. And then I'm going to come up here and make another line going this way. So now I have just two construction lines, 90 degrees. Start my sketch. Come up here. Yeah. I didn't actually have to use that revolve cut you saw me use earlier. I chose to use it because I wanted you guys to practice all the tools, but I could have done this. Pretty simple, 90-degree lines, 3-point arc. Let's just say it's like that. Well, that's not the shape I want. So make a small line going this way, and then go this way. I believe I did have a flush surface in the middle there, if I remember correctly. Let's double check that. Yeah. See, I have a flat surface here. That's flat, and then that's curved. So I do have a flat surface. So go back to my sketch. That's not it. So I can make this line tangent to the curve. So I select the line, hold shift, select this, and make it tangent. Okay. Well, it made it tangent, but it didn't quite do what I wanted. I wanted something more like that. Okay, everyone good so far? Okay. I'm going to mirror this about this point. And what I want to mirror is this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. Okay. Any questions so far? Alright, close the sketch. I'm going to revolve. I'm going to pick the axis I made in my first sketch. Gives me that piece. So now I have the basic outline of my rim. It's going to look a little bit more concaved in because I didn't use the same arc, but you'll get the general shape out of this. Okay. Go to front plane. Make an extrude cut. Spacebar, normal 2. And then I'm going to come in here, and this has got a little creative how I did this. So what I did was made a line up. Okay, back up real quick. I instead of starting a new sketch, I told it I wanted to do an extrude cut, but there's no sketches on my tree right now. So I went to extrude cut, and it said, okay, where do you want the extrude cut to be? So I haven't made it yet. I'm just making the sketch for it. Front view, then I just normal to that front view. And that's where I'm at. Okay? So now I can come in here, and I'm going to convert this line and this line. So I'm converting these two lines to part of my sketch. Didn't select, there we go. Okay? straight line, and then I'm going to come out from here. And this is where it got fun. I actually went from here to here. So I didn't do a square piece, I actually did something coming from an axis. Left me about an overlap, I just trimmed it. So now I have the piece I want, trim this. Now all that's left, not what I wanted to do. All that's left is that sketch. So that's what I have left right now. I'm going to pattern this sketch in the 2D domain. And it's revolving around this point right now, which I don't know where that pulled that point from. Let's do that again. So it wants a point. Okay, it says, okay, you want to revolve what point? I'm going to do the center. Now it wants to know what to pattern. And okay. Just double checking everything. It's looking like it's going around perfect. I'm actually going to increase the number. I have even spaced on. Hit OK. Close the sketch. Notice some of my lines are blue. I didn't fully constrain. I would recommend fully constraining before you pattern. This way you don't have to constrain more than one. Now it wants to extrude. I'm going to say through all in this direction. So it's extruding everything on this side all the way to the furthest part of this part. So if this part went all the way out to here, just the lip of the rim, the extrude would go all the way out. The furthest extent of the part in that direction. I'm going to go direction 2 and do the same thing through all. And hit OK. And that gives you that rim you were looking at. Okay. Next I'm going to go do the wheel. Revolve. I went on, if you didn't catch that, this plane, right plane. So normal 2. So I'm normal to this plane. Give myself a center line because it's going to be a symmetric part. So I'm going to use the mirror command eventually. And convert. It's not letting me convert that face. Alright, so you can go to the corner and draw a line. So I just used the corner here of the 3D part on my sketch and went to this point. That's all I did with that line. Going to do the same thing up here. Turn this into a construction line. And then I'm going to do my 3D arc. My 3-point arc. Just make it look about normal. Okay. So now I just need to focus on the top. You guys could have gotten creative with this, but I chose just to keep it kind of simple. Did I round the last one? Yeah, I have a rounded surface here. Not what I want to do. Okay, so I rounded this. Have I showed you guys the round command before? Okay. So what I can either do is I can delete this line, make this point come all the way into here, make it rounded like that, or Control Z twice, come to the round command, and just increase. It's really small, that's why you can't see it. Any questions so far? Okay. Mirror everything about that axis. Okay. Now I have a closed sketch. But I have this little issue up here. The middle spike isn't going to be as tall. You guys could make this mathematically correct if you wanted to. In the essence of time, I'm just going to leave it. Could technically just do, nope, not gonna work. Now it wants to revolve, because I told it initially I was going to do a revolve. So it's like, okay, I got the sketch, it's good to go. What am I revolving about? The axis of revolution. As you can see, I don't have an axis down here. It's because it's hidden. Selected that tool right there. This shows all the axes that you don't have to make. Anytime you make a circle, it will create an axis about that circle. It's the center line of the whole, or of circular object. Wheel done. 3 steps that time. The 4th step last time, what I did was instead of patterning this feature out, I patterned a cut feature instead of the extrude. So I made the extrude solid and then I cut out the holes. Anybody have any questions?